Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you could join me today. Grab a nice warm cup of tea or coffee, get comfortable, and let's have a cozy chat about something we all need to do sometimes, asking for help at work. I know, it can feel a bit awkward, can it? We worry about bothering our colleagues, or maybe we feel like we should know the answer already. But trust me, knowing how to ask for help politely and effectively is a huge part of being a great team member. It shows you recommitted to doing a good job and that you value the expertise of those around you. So today, we're going to break it down step by step and learn some simple, natural phrases that will make asking for help feel easy and stress-free. First things first, timing is everything. Imagine your colleague is rushing to meet a deadline, typing furiously with a stressed look on their face. That's probably not the best moment to tap them on the shoulder. Before you ask for help, take a quick look around. Are they busy? Are they on a phone call? A good rule is to try and find a moment when they seem less occupied. If you're not sure, you can use a very simple and polite opening. Instead of just launching into your question, you can start with something like, "Excuse me, Sarah, do you have a moment?" Or, "Hi, Tom, I was wondering if you had a minute to spare." This gives them a chance to say, "Sure, what's up?" Or, "Actually, I'm a bit busy right now. Can you come back in 10 minutes? It's respectful of their time and sets a positive tone right from the start. Another great phrase is now a good time to ask you a quick question? It's friendly, polite, and shows consideration. Once you've got their attention, it's important to be clear and specific about what you need help with. Nobody can read your mind, right? Vague questions like, "I'm stuck," or "This isn't working" can be frustrating for the person trying to help. They don't know where to start. So before you ask, take a second to think about your exact problem. What have you already tried to do? What is the specific issue you're facing? For example, instead of saying, "I can't figure out this spreadsheet," you could say, "I'm having trouble with the pivot table in the spreadsheet. I'm trying to filter the data by region, but it's not showing the correct totals. I've already tried reformatting the date column, but it didn't seem to work. See the difference?" The second one gives your colleague all the information they need to help you efficiently. It shows that you've already put in some effort yourself, which people really appreciate. Now, let's talk about the actual language you can use. We want phrases that are polite, but not overly formal or robotic. Let's start with some gentle ways to introduce your problem. You could say, "I'm a bit stuck on something, and I was hoping you could help," or "I'm having a little trouble with this report. I remember you worked on something similar last month." This second one is great because it acknowledges their experience and makes them feel valued. Another friendly option is, "Could you spare a moment to look at this with me?" Or, "I could really use your expertise on this." Using words like could, would, and wondering softens the request. For example, "I was wondering if you could show me how to use the new software." Sounds much more polite than, "Show me how to use the new software." It's a small change, but it makes a big difference in how your request is received. Let's imagine a few common scenarios at work. Scenario 1, you need help with a technical issue. Maybe a program isn't working correctly. You could approach your colleague and say, "Hi, Alex. Sorry to bother you. Do you have a second? I'm running into an issue with the design software. The export function keeps crashing. Have you ever seen that before?" This is a great approach. You've checked if they're free, stated the problem clearly, and asked for their experience. Scenario 2, you need a second opinion or some feedback on your work. You could say, "Hi, Maria, when you have a free moment, could you cast your eye over this email for me? I want to make sure the tone is right before I send it to the client." The phrase "cast your eye over" is a lovely, informal way to ask someone to take a quick look at something. It implies it won't take too much of their time. Or you could say, "I'd really appreciate your thoughts on this presentation slide. Does it make sense to you?" This invites collaboration and makes the other person feel like their opinion is important. Another important aspect of asking for help is showing that you've already tried to solve the problem yourself. This is crucial. It shows initiative and respect for your colleague's time. You're not just passing the problem on to them. You can easily include this in your request. For example, "Hi, Ben, I've been trying to solve this coding bug for the last hour. I've searched on our internal wiki and tried a few solutions from the forums, but I'm still stuck. Since you're the expert on this part of the code, I was hoping you might have an idea. This tells Ben that you're not being lazy. You've done your homework and now you need an expert's help to get past the final hurdle. Another example could be, I'm trying to find the sales figures for last quarter. I've already checked the shared drive in the reports folder, but I can't seem to locate them. Do you happen to know where else they might be stored? Again, you're being specific about what you've done, which helps them help you faster. What happens if the person you ask is busy? Don't worry, it's not a rejection. It's just a reality of the workplace. If they say, "Sorry, I'm in the middle of something right now," your response is just as important. Be gracious and understanding. You can simply say, "Oh, of course, no problem at all. Maybe later then," or "I understand. Is there a better time for me to check back with you?" This is polite and leaves the door open to connect later. Don't take it personally. Everyone has their own deadlines and pressures. By being flexible, you maintain a good relationship with your colleagues, which is the most important thing. After you've received the help, what's the final, crucial step? Saying thank you. This might seem obvious, but it's amazing how often we can forget in our rush to get back to work. A sincere thank you goes a long way. Don't just mumble thanks and walk away. Be specific about how their help has benefited you. For example, "Thank you so much, Sarah. That makes perfect sense now. You've saved me so much time." Or, "Wow, Ben, that was it. I really appreciate you taking the time to explain that to me. I've learned something new today." This kind of specific gratitude makes the person who helped you feel really good. It validates their effort and makes them more likely to help you again in the future. It strengthens your work relationships and contributes to a positive, supportive team environment where everyone feels comfortable helping each other out. So let's do a quick recap of our cozy guide to asking for help. First, choose the right moment. Check if your colleague is busy and use a polite opener like, "Do you have a minute?" Second, be specific. Clearly explain your problem and what you've already tried to do. Third, use polite language. Phrases like, "I was wondering if you could," or "I'd appreciate it if," work wonders. Fourth, be understanding if they're busy. Respond with a simple, "No problem, maybe later." And finally, always say sincere and specific thank you. Show them how much their help meant to you. Remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength, self-awareness, and a commitment to teamwork. The most successful people are not the ones who know everything. They are the ones who know how to find the answers and build strong relationships along the way. By learning to ask for help politely and effectively, you're not just solving an immediate problem. You're investing in your professional growth and contributing to a healthier, more collaborative workplace culture. It's about working smarter, not just harder. I hope these tips and phrases have been helpful for you. Why not try using one of them this week at work? Start small. Maybe ask a colleague for their opinion on an email or for a quick clarification on a task. Notice how it feels. I bet you'll find that your colleagues are more than happy to help, and you'll feel more connected to your team. Practice makes perfect, and soon asking for help will feel like the most natural thing in the world. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I really enjoy our little chats. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more cozy English lessons. Let me know in the comments if you have any other work situations you'd like to talk about. I love hearing from you. Take care, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.